Alright, so hey, we're back with DNA Sports. I'm Joey Casa. I just kind of want to go over a quick little snippet that I learned from my buddy who had a private practice with Eric Sogard and Pat Murphy. For those of you who don't know, Pat Murphy is a legendary college baseball coach. He coached at Arizona State. He's been to the College World Series quite a few times. And then Eric Sogard is the second baseman for the Brewers, and he's hitting 350 right now. And so my friend from college, he actually had an opportunity to pick their brains the other day, and he gave me a useful tip that Eric Sogard gave to him in regard to fielding. And a lot of kids, when the ball gets hit, they sit back, and they're just waiting for the ball, waiting. And Eric's advice was to go fast to slow. And he said, your first two steps should almost be a sprint, and then you start to slow down and gather your feet through the ball and always run your throw down. So I'll go through a quick demonstration of that, and we'll see where that leads us. Like I was saying, Eric Sogard's big thing is to go fast to slow, but you never stop. So as fast as slow, don't necessarily stop. So you want to come out hard and then start to gather your feet and work through the baseball. So here would be a demonstration. And I'll do that one more time, but your first two steps, it's like a two-step sprint. You start to gather your feet through the ball. Now, obviously, I'm lefty, and I was outfielder in college, but in terms of the technique, that's the idea. You want to go fast to slow and work through the ball the whole way. And so another thing Pat Murphy was talking about in terms of playing catch, a lot of kids, when they're playing catch, they don't take it serious enough. One, because they might not be aware of how to do things properly, or two, it's just a lack of understanding how important playing catch is, right? When we talk about pitchers alternating between fastballs and changeups, trying to hit your spots, working on extension, playing long toss, everything. There's a lot that goes into catch, and people who play good catch, they're good defenders because they move their feet, they catch the ball between their chest the whole time. And so one thing that Pat Murphy talked a lot about is using the ground as your tool. So the ground as your friend, it creates a lot of energy. So when a lot of kids play catch, they're just like this, lazily throwing the ball. But if they get a little bit lower in athletic stance and really feel the ground underneath them, they can push off and use that as a tool to get more velocity on the ball and also be a little bit more accurate. So when you're playing catch, take it a little more serious. Don't just do this flat-footed. Get a little athletic, move your feet, and really feel the ground underneath you and use it as a tool to push off. So if we look at it in regard to physics, there's an opposite force for everything you do. So if you're pushing off, that's going to create the force to propel you and get the ball in the right direction with a good amount of velocity.
It's not just a warm-up, it's actually functional. So what you're saying is like great for every team to follow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one thing I'll say is my college coach used to say that his best defensive teams, in terms of the fielding percentage, the teams with the highest percentage played the best catch. And he said that because there's a noticeable difference when you're doing it for 25, 30 years. You can see the difference in the teams that are just like this, catching the ball on the side, going like this, flipping it back, and then the teams that are like this, they're zoned in and they're ready to get after it. And the ball's being thrown, they're popping their feet, they're moving left or right, they're catching it between their chests every time. That's what makes a good defender. Somebody who's alert and ready to get, because if you catch the ball between your chests, you're in a good position to make a good throw. So,
yeah, and using the ground as your strength.
Exactly.